This story happened in, I think 2018, early 2018. Um, and I want to preempt this story by saying that Mike Levin has turned out to be a fantastic congressional rep. He has been, and I do want to give a shout out to Mike that despite the fact that I gave him a little of crap when he was running in his first primary, I did give him some crap. Um, he had texted me because early on, before Colonel Doug Applegate announced that he was going to run again, because Doug had lost to Darrell Issa by only a couple thousand votes in that district. And then I started learning more about Mike Levin and about how he had supported Hillary and stuff. And this was still kind of fresh for us progressives. I do apologize, Mike. I do apologize. This was still a little bit fresh for us progressives who were very upset that Bernie didn't make it through the 2016 election, and Mike had been, I think, like the finance chair for California or something for Hillary, and so I didn't have really any faith in him, and I asked for like a refund and stuff, like my donations. He texted me to see if I would go to a fundraiser, and it was like a big money donor, and Moby was going to be there. And I'm like, well, if Moby's going to be there, then I'm sure you have plenty of money. You don't need me. I was really rude. I was rude. I apologize. But Mike has turned out to be pretty fantastic. And in fact, when we went into the pandemic, there were 2 campaigns that actually checked in on me. Because, it was hard for everybody, but especially for those of us who live solo and we're like going through it by ourselves, like sheltering in place by ourselves and stuff. Mike Levin was checking in. He had staffers checking in on me. Scott Reinhardt was calling me directly, and he was checking in on me too. But anyway, let me get back to the story. So in the meantime, what happened in 2018, and there is a point to the story. There is a reason I am telling you this story. Is that Mike was able to, I don't know, yeah, I think it actually did work, right? I don't think anybody actually got the endorsement, the state party endorsement in the 49th Congressional District for the Democratic Party, because Mike was able to, I think, disqualify 11 delegates. And the reason he was able to get them disqualified is because they had signed some sort of petition to, Gail McLaughlin was at the convention getting people to sign a petition to get her on the ballot. And anybody can correct me if, like, I don't have, like, there was a ballot, there was a petition, there was something they were signing. I think it had to do with actually getting her name on the ballot for lieutenant governor, right? But I'm not entirely positive. Anyway, 11 delegates, I think, got disqualified from being able to vote in the endorsement process because they signed this petition to get Gail McLaughlin on the ballot, because Gail was running as an independent. And prior to being an independent, she was Green Party. So, I mean, everything's strategy, you guys. Everything is about strategy. And those delegates, I believe, got disqualified and were not able to vote in the process. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because there has been a very dangerous alignment with the Progressive Caucus and outside influences, to the point where it actually hurts our ability to advance progressives within the party. Okay? This is why I'm telling you this. Because under Karen Brunell's leadership, we have had this knucklehead sort of thinking going on where they're not using their noodles about, this is the goal. We're trying to get people in to Dem enter. I know he had said, let's go away from using terms like dem enter or dem exit or whatever, and just talk about being progressive. And that is very important, that we should be a unified progressive movement. But at the same time, there are certain strategies. And when you have delegates, those delegates have to understand the rules and parameters for which that they operate under. And if you are a delegate to the state party, you cannot do anything that promotes anything outside of that party. I mean, you don't have to actively promote Democrats. You could just remain silent, but you cannot promote their competitors. That's part of the stipulation of being a delegate to the party. It's the rules. And the problem with the leadership under Karen Brunell is that she keeps trying to bend those rules as though it's okay. And it's almost like she's doing it on purpose to screw us over in our efforts to get progressives in. Because by trying to like embrace all of these additional things outside and say, yeah, you can do that too, we end up getting 11 delegates disqualified. That's what happens. Because people trust her. They trust her. They trust the people around her. They trust the leadership that she puts in place. And the leadership she puts in place pushes that sort of faulty thinking that actually disqualifies delegates and hurts the squad and hurts our efforts. So why am I telling you about this? That is why. The people that we have in charge are going to give us the direction for how we can be successful. And what I have seen in my 4.5 years now of volunteering for progressive politics is that the people we have in charge are not giving us the direction to be successful. In fact, they're constantly giving us direction where we end up shooting ourselves in the foot, and we end up dealing with abuse and sexual harassment. But yeah, Mike Levin turned out to be pretty awesome. He was definitely way more progressive than we all thought he would be. He's very, especially when it comes to the environment and Medicare for all, he turned out to be much better than we ever thought he would be. And he, not to knock Doug, I thought Doug was a great candidate too. But Mike has turned out to be very good representation. So I think they were fairly equally matched.